Hello, everyone. This is Jessica, and welcome to today's webinar on oils for every age. I am so excited to be with you guys today and share about the benefits of doTERRA essential oils, from the usage of your brand new babies to even helping with your grandma. I love the power of essential oils, and I love that with the safe and effective application process, we are able to help in so many different areas of every single person's life with just the power of touch and with our simple solutions. So today we're going to talk about many different uses. And of course, I love the fact that we get to start with pregnancy. When we think about the beauty of life, we know that it really begins when that baby is in our belly. We understand the whole process of that 9 months of carrying these precious little lives and knowing that we have essential oils and supplements that can be a great support system for us during that pregnancy. And so when we look at what can we use, what can be beneficial for us during that time, of course, we're going to always go back to our lifelong vitality. And we'll talk about that throughout the webinar tonight, about the benefits of lifelong vitality. One of the things that I love is that we know that during pregnancy, we need extra support. We know that we need to make sure that we're eating correctly, that we're getting the right omegas, that we're really making sure that we're fighting off inflammation and supporting our immune system. And lifelong vitality always is going to be our base. But in addition to lifelong vitality, I love that we have Terrazyme. Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme capsule that is going to help break down your food so that you have a healthy digestion, which we know is really important during pregnancy, but we also understand that it's really important after that sweet little baby is born. So one thing to remember is, again, when you think about the whole process, we want to make sure that our digestion is very healthy during pregnancy. And of course, after we deliver that baby, we need that assistance as well. And so using Terrazyme during pregnancy and after is going to be a great benefit to you and the baby. Now, one thing that I love to remind people is, remember that what you are consuming, your baby also gets to take advantage of those benefits. And so when you're taking Terrazyme, your baby will actually get those digestive enzymes through your breast milk. So a lot of times when people are asking questions like, maybe your baby has a little bit of eczema, any kind of skin irritations, Terrazyme would be my first thought process to go to in order to help with soothing that skin and really making sure that the baby's digestion is working properly as well. So Terrazyme is a great supplement. Now, Copaiba, this is going to be a great support for helping increase your milk supply. Just taking 2 drops underneath your tongue twice a day is going to support your milk supply. Copaiba is also really amazing to help reduce any kind of inflammation in the body. So great thing to be using after you deliver that baby as well, to have additional support. Now, we also know that basil and fennel are amazing support for increasing your milk supply as well. I have many, many moms that I have had contact me after they give birth asking those questions. What can I do to increase my milk supply? They get nervous because there's so many things that we know can affect our milk supply. It can be if we're under a lot of stress, just depending on what even is happening during that whole cycle of birth. And so I love that you can use basil and fennel. You can put a couple drops in an empty capsule and take it that way, or again, apply it over your breast. Now, one thing I would remind you is that the baby's not going to love the taste of these oils. So I always recommend that you actually apply the drops after you get done feeding, and then before your next feeding, that you would take a warm cloth and just kind of wipe that area. Try not to get it right where the baby's mouth is going to be as well. Anywhere around the breast tissue will be a great spot to apply. So don't feel like you have, a specific spot that you have to apply, or it's not going to be beneficial, because it will be beneficial as long as you're getting it in that area. Now, one thing with peppermint is, we know that peppermint is an amazing oil to help with nauseousness and reducing inflammation, reducing head tension, whatever is going on in our bodies. But we want to remind you that peppermint can actually dry up your milk. Okay. So for women that are trying to start weaning their children, it's great to use peppermint to help reduce that milk, but we do not want to do that in the beginning stages when we're just starting that nursing. Now, as a reminder too, not every single person will have a decreased milk supply by using peppermint, but just know that that can happen. So let's talk about infant stage 2. Now, again, when we look at doTERRA, we understand that they are the most tested and the most trusted essential oils on the market. And I love that because that gives us the assurance, that gives us the confidence to be able to use these oils on our sweet babes, knowing that with proper dilution and really the knowledge of how amazing these essential oils are, that we can be protecting our little ones right from the get-go. So one thing I always remind people is remember to trust your intuition, to trust yourself, and know that you know what is best for you and you know what is best for your babes. And so do your research, you guys, really making sure that you understand that there are so many different options of different blends and single oils that you can be using for everything from, colicky baby to growing pains to tummy aches to immune support, whatever you need. And you get to be empowered with these little bottles to be able to be the support for those sweet little ones. Now, one thing to remember is we always recommend dilution, especially for newborns up to age 5, 6, or 7. Always remember that, again, you know your children. And at that infant stage, we know that their skin is so delicate and just so sweet. And we want to make sure that we're diluting so that they don't have maybe a little bit of a reaction to that. Now, when I say reaction, I mean it can be warm to some babies. Now, even with my older kids, there's times I dilute because of different skin sensitivities. I can put digestin on my 13-year-old, right, on his belly to ease any kind of belly issues, right, any kind of stomach upset. And he is completely fine. But for my 11-year-old, I always have to dilute. His skin is just a little bit more sensitive. And so sometimes he'll think, like, Mom, this feels like it's really warm, where actually the digestin has peppermint, so it's cooling. So not only is it that they can have sensitive skin, but that sensation can make them feel like it's warm, and really it's a cooling effect as well. So dilution is great. We have our touch line that is already diluted for you, or you can just get a fractionated coconut oil and put a tablespoon in your hand and then 1 to 2 drops of that oil of choice that you're going to be using, and then do the proper application. So maybe you're putting it on the bottom of their feet. Maybe you're putting it over their belly. Maybe you're putting down the spine, but just remember to dilute with our sweet little babes. On Guard Touch is great to support their immune system. We have the Tamer blend, which is so good for any kind of tummy issues, if they have any kind of gassy belly or just any kind of upset stomach at all. One thing that I love with Tamer is it has spearmint, so it smells amazing, but it just really seems to ease any kind of upset belly almost immediately. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite things when my children were small was that bath time. I loved to be able to give them a bath and then take my favorite lotion and really just give them that little bit of massage. We know that touch is so important really in every single age. That connection piece before bed, in the morning, whenever it is just really connecting with our kids. And so I love that we have the unscented lotion, and then we can add whatever oils of our choice, maybe it's serenity or lavender, and just rubbing it down their back, on their feet right before bed to really help promote a restful night's sleep. Of course, diffusing in the bedroom is an awesome choice because we know that sometimes we're restless. So think about our kids too. I always think about when if we're feeling under stress, or if our kids are going through a transition, that we have a diffuser that we can do different oils for different effects in their bedroom. So maybe we're trying to decrease stress. Maybe we're trying to increase the citrus oils, right? So that they have just this mood modulator, but whatever it needs to be, I love the diffusing option that we have. So at bedtime, I love doing lavender, Roman chamomile. I love Breathe, Serenity, even adding a drop of bergamot in there. And it's just really calming for them during the night hours, right? The other thing that I would really recommend is thinking about what is going on in their body before you go put them to bed. Maybe they're having a little stuffy nose. We're always looking at what the seasons are. And so knowing that if it's during a season where they seem a little bit more plugged up or there's more pollen in the air, putting an essential oil like Breathe or Spearmint or Douglas Fir to really open those airways at night would be a great addition to the calming oils to promote a good night's sleep as well. Now let's think about school-aged kids. So, we really start with the foundations at every single age. We understand that our small babes that are still nursing up to 2 years old, they're going to be getting essential oils through different avenues, right? We understand that the nursing baby is going to be getting the benefits of the supplements through the nursing. We understand that they're getting that bedtime routine with the lotions and the oils on their spine and their feet. And they're also really cuddled up to their mom. So they're really getting the benefits of whatever essential oil the mom also has on her. So they're smelling the same oils. And then we think about as they're getting busy and they're starting school and they're more on the go, how can we still make sure that we're supporting these little bodies? And I love that we have the kids line of vitamins and the PB Assist Junior. Now we understand that probiotics are so important for our gut health, and there is a direct correlation between our gut and our brain. And we want to make sure that we have a healthy brain and a healthy gut, which is going to really help their immune system overall. So making sure that we are supporting them with the A to Z chewables, the IQ Mega, which is their fish oils. Now, when you look at the A to Z, that is getting all of their fruits and vegetables in that little tablet. And then the IQ Mega is going to be their fish oil, which is going to support a healthy cardiovascular system. It's going to support healthy eyes, healthy brain. We really want to support that development of their brain during this time when they are really learning so many different things. They're just absorbed. They're little sponges, right? Absorbing so much. And of course, the probiotics are going to be that healthy microflora in their gut to support a healthy digestive system and a healthy immune system. Now, the other thing that I love is the On Guard beadlets. They're super small and easy for a kid to swallow. And so it's a great option for an internal use of On Guard to support a healthy immune system as well. Now, the other thing I love about On Guard beadlets is I always, will send them with my child and let them know. Also, if you need to, clean your hands, if you've come in contact with something, just grab one of your On Guard beadlets, pop it, and then just rub it in your hands. Now, I do warn them, don't then go rub your eyes, right? Because we know that On Guard would be a little bit warm on our eyes. But I love that we have these on-the-go options that are going to help with their immune system and keeping them healthy all school year. The kids collection is a great addition as well. We know that they have oils like Steady and Tamer and Brave and Stronger, Rescuer that's going to help with any kind of muscle tension in their body. Brave it's really about giving them that courage. I think there's so many times that our kids are going through different emotions of meeting new friends and learning new subjects in school. And I love that we can teach them how to grab the oil that they feel they need. I love watching my son go and grab Tamer when his belly is starting to be a little upset, or when he has, a little bit of a headache starting, he'll go grab Rescuer and apply it. It's great to teach our children to become empowered with their health and what they need at a very early age, because they then will become advocates for themselves as well. And so really, help them get to know the kids line and let them start picking out which oils they are drawn to. Let them pick before school when they get home and see how their behavior can really change for so many different ways, right? We know that sometimes they just need to take a deep breath and apply an oil that is calming to them when they come home from school, or calming before they go to bed. So really explore the kids line and have fun with this with your children. Now let's talk about adolescence. So we are actually in this stage currently. And one of the things that I love is it is so fun to see the transition, but also be able to identify and then grab the oil or a supplement that you need to help support their body during this time. And so first and foremost, I think it's important to understand that when they enter that hormone stage, lots of different things are happening in their body. And we know that it can obviously affect their skin first and foremost. And so there's nothing worse than for an adolescent child to feel like, oh my goodness, what is happening? I'm starting to get all of these different little blotches on my skin. So I love that we have the HD Clear Skin, because this is going to help balance the changing of that skin. Now, of course, they have the facial cleanser and the lotion, but then the HD Clear Roll-On is great for just spot treatment. Now, one thing that I would also say is I love having the mud mask. If you have not experienced the mud mask, or your child who is in adolescence has not experienced that, that should be something to really consider getting. My son is 13 going on 14, and we use the mud mask on him every single week. And he actually notices a huge difference. In fact, I don't even have to say, did you use your mask this week? Because he knows the difference and is making sure that every single week he is actually applying the mud mask to really help cleanse his skin, pull out that dirt, unclog those pores. And then he will use Douglas fir or even a tea tree oil to spot treat, as well as the HD Clear Roll-On. So many different options for the skin. Now, lifelong vitality, we talked about, the A to Z with our smaller school age children. Now, when we start looking at the teens, we can actually give them the lifelong vitality in a half dose. And this is really important for helping balance the hormones, for, again, supporting them with all of their fruit and vegetable servings in the Microplex VMZ, their essential nutrients that they need. When we look at the E omega, again, that's going to be the cardiovascular support. It's going to support healthy brain, healthy eyes, healthy tissues. The alpha CRS is your mitochondria. It's going to make sure that they're getting the great support in natural energy and decreasing inflammation in their body. So many changes are happening throughout this stage that we really want to make sure that we do not forget the foundational support that they need during this time. And then, of course, adding in different oils and different diffuser blends to support whatever mood they may be in for that moment, that day, whatever that looks like. So Claricalm is a really great oil for girls, especially during that time. And what I would tell you is I would really become consistent with your teens and Claricalm. Do a 30-day challenge with them where you are applying to the lower abdomen on the inside of the ankle bones where our reflex points are for our ovaries, and see what happens in 30 days. I bet you will see a difference in behavior just in those mood swings. And I think they will see a difference in their cycle too. It will not be maybe so hard on them. And so just remember that, to really challenge yourself to do it with them so that you guys can see what it does to support their body during that cycle. Now, diffusing oils, again, so important, whether it be bedtime, before school, after school, as they're doing homework. Let them pick the oil that they feel drawn to. Again, remember that citrus oils are going to be mood modulators. They're going to be uplifting. You can think about oils like spearmint and peppermint, which can help with focus. You can think about oils like lavender, Roman chamomile, serenity, vetiver, balance, that are going to be really grounding. So let them choose what they're feeling they need, and then, of course, support their body in that way by getting that diffuser going for whichever area of life that they're hitting at that moment. So again, whether it's that they're just waking up and need a citrus oil to help really wake them up, whether it be that they need something to help with studying, or even helping calm their minds down to go to bed. One thing that I love to remind my friends and myself, even, and my own kids, is you guys need that extra sleep. So if you need that extra support, don't just turn the diffuser on, but also put the same oils on the bottom of your feet or swipe the back of your neck so that you're getting the oils on you into your bloodstream and into your cells to really support you in that way. Now, adult, we are not exempt as adults. We need to make sure that we are keeping our bodies healthy. We are making sure that we have that foundation support to fill those nutritional gaps. We need to increase our energy and our mental clarity, because we are living in a busy world. We have so much going on all the time with caring for our children, our spouses. Maybe we're helping care for our, our parents, whatever that looks like. And so again, lifelong vitality is going to be that foundation that you will need to help in every area of your life, from increased energy to decreased inflammation to that mental clarity to healthy eyes, healthy tissues, again, all of the above, right? So we love lifelong vitality, and it is a staple in our home. And again, we're still using Terrazyme. Terrazyme is super important for a healthy digestive system. Now, one thing I want you to remember is that our food no longer has the proper enzymes for digestion. And so that's why we're adding in Terrazyme, is because it's giving us those digestive enzymes. What happens to a lot of people is they don't even realize this, but we have our metabolic enzymes and we have our digestive enzymes. And because we no longer in our food are getting the digestive enzymes, we're stealing in our body the metabolic enzymes to digest our food, which then we are not having the metabolic enzymes at the proper dose, where we're actually losing our energy because we're stealing to digest. And so when you have the right enzymes with digestion, then your energy is actually increasing as well, because you're not stealing those metabolic enzymes. So digestion is so important in every single body, but it's also important to understand that you will see your energy actually increase because you no longer will be stealing from your metabolic enzymes. Now, lemon, 2 to 3 drops in your water. You can add any citrus oil that you love. I love green mandarin and I love tangerine. So those are normally my first go-tos to add to my water. It's really good for helping cleanse and just support your body in that natural way to make sure our livers are cleansing out on a daily basis as well. Now, just remember this, there's always 3 ways to use our oils aromatically. So again, what do you need to support your body in that moment? Becoming the expert for yourself, letting your kids become the expert, your spouse become the expert of knowing what the need is, because we know that there is benefits at every single age for diffusing. And aromatically, I love Citrus Bliss. I love Wild Orange. Again, any of the citrus oils I'm drawn to that are going to be very uplifting. And one thing to remember is we are creating an environment that is free of toxins. When we're looking at the wellness lifestyle, we are looking at how to reduce toxins in our home. Now, most of us love to walk into a home and smell just this scent that really grounds us, that brings us joy. And in the past, we have gone to products that are also full of synthetics that are actually disrupting our hormones. They are disrupting our mood. They are decreasing our immune system and our body's ability to be working at its optimal level. Now, because we are diffusing oils that are 100% pure, that are free of toxins, we're actually then increasing our mood. We are increasing our immune system. And it is all beneficial to every aspect of our life. So remember that everyone is going to benefit from diffusing essential oils in your home every single day. Now, again, topically is great to be applying for whatever the need is, whether it is for achy muscles, whether it's for growing pains. In kids, I love Aroma Touch for any kind of growing pains that they may experience. Whether it's maybe you touched the stove and it was really warm and you need to put some lavender to calm that, the redness on your finger. Pick an oil that you need and apply it topically. Motivate, Touch, and Adaptive are 2 great blends that you can be using to reduce stress and increase energy. One thing that I will recommend as well is to think about Adaptive in a way that should be used every single day. Adaptive is our blend for helping our body with homeostasis. And I love its ability to really help reduce the stress load on our body. So not only do I use it topically, but I also will make sure I'm taking those capsules internally every single day, which we'll talk about next. So internally, why is it important? And why doTERRA, right? Now remember that everything we speak about today is because of the safety that doTERRA has created, because of the testing that they have gone through to make sure that it is safe for internal use, that you will see amazing benefits from taking them internally, that they're actually supporting your body. So remember, stay in the game, you guys. Stay consistent. Grab your favorite um, oils and put them by your water bottle every single day. One of the things that I tell people as they're creating a new routine is to make sure that they can see the products that they want to use daily, because it will remind you to create your wellness routine on a daily basis. And so grapefruit, lime, tangerine, again, green mandarin, a wild orange, whatever your citrus oil is, put it by your water bottle. So every morning you can add a couple drops into your water bottle to make sure that you are keeping your body hydrated with enough water throughout the day, and that you are continuing to cleanse your body and getting the benefits of those internal use oils. Now, remember, we have lots of supplements that also have some essential oils in them that you can benefit from as well as the soft gels that are a very convenient usage, like the digestin soft gels, the peppermint soft gels, the adaptive. So many amazing benefits in every single application, whether it be the aromatic, the internal, or the topical use. Now let's talk about the glory years. Now we talked about as that, infant to 2 years old to even 5, 6, 7, of course, use your discretion. That dilution is very important. Now, when we start looking at the glory years, it is going to be another important area to make sure you're diluting. And the reason why is, again, our skin becomes sensitive and very delicate as we age. So grabbing that fractionated coconut oil and making sure that you dilute for application for whatever need you're needing, whether it be, again, for sore muscles, or maybe you're having a little bit of head tension. Maybe you had too much sun, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's just to make sure that you feel amazing every single day, and you're using frankincense and copaiba to help with skin elasticity and reducing wrinkles. But use that coconut oil to dilute. And of course, continue into the glory years, using your lifelong vitality to support with your joints and improving your energy, and it protects and nourishes the brain as well. Now, the bone nutrient complex would be a great addition for a supplement because it's going to help with healthy bone mass and density. It also is going to provide 100% of the daily recommended amounts of calcium and magnesium contained in D2 and D3, which is super important for our aging body, right? To make sure for bone density, we want to make sure that you guys have strong bones. Now, this is our doTERRA women's line, but it is also very beneficial for men to take as well to keep their bones strong. So again, what I love is we have so many different products that are going to be so beneficial at every single age, whether you are a man or a woman. Now, this is so great. I don't know if you guys have done Symphony of the Cells, but it has become one of my favorite applications of oils, because we know that when we apply down the spine is really our pathway to our nervous system. And it is such an important communicator for all of the different reflex points in our body. And so when you look, I actually have on here basic and cardiovascular, and these are great applications just on a everyday basis, right? The basic would be just to keep your immune system going and everything just kind of working as optimal level. And that would just be adding frankincense, melaleuca, tea tree, massage blend, which is aroma touch, and peppermint. And so I'm going to explain that when you see the little symbols, well, let's just look at the frankincense. You can see it kind of like a shoulder, and that would be to apply right, at the shoulder and then on your hands. So you put a drop on your hands and kind of bring it under their nose, let them take a big smell, and then wipe their feet. And then you would do the tea tree, which would be just a few drops on the spine, just taking your hand, rub it in, and rubbing the access on your feet. Same thing with aroma touch, and then followed by peppermint. Remember that peppermint can be cooling. So sometimes after one of these protocols, I will actually put a warm blanket on their back to just keep them kind of toasty. The cardiovascular is frankincense. Then you would use your carrier oil, like a fractionated coconut oil, thyme, aroma touch, turmeric, lemongrass, protective blend, which is on guard, marjoram, basil, lavender, and then end with peppermint. So I hope that you really understand the importance of creating your wellness routine and knowing that with doTERRA, it is safe to apply oils for every single age. To feel confident that because we are the most tested and trusted company, that you will see benefits, and to trust yourself to know what is the best for you and your family, and not to feel nervous at all of wondering if you are doing the right oil, right? Trust yourself, create your routine, and watch as your family becomes so empowered to make sure that they themselves are creating their own routine for them as well. So happy oiling. And I hope that you learned something that you can start incorporating into your life today.